Jimmer-mania swept through Provo almost 2 years ago, but what long-standing effects did it have on campus? Reporter Jeff Merrill shows us why the admissions department may be the place to look for an answer.
Professor Jaron Pope knows athletics. This in-office treadmill helps him stay in shape while he works. In fact, he spends about 6 hours a day on it. Pope also knows statistics, because, well, if he didn't, he wouldn't be teaching economics. But combining sports and stats into one study led to one of his biggest breakthroughs.
We started to think about whether or not, students were actually affected by college sports and determining where they wanted to go to college.
His study asked one simple question. If a college sports team wins a lot of games, like the BYU basketball team did in Jimmer Fredette's senior year, do more students apply to that school?
We went out and collected the very best data to explore the question.
He found that just like those long lines of people to see Jimmer play, the team's winning ways also led to longer lines of students applying to BYU. People are calling it the Fredette effect.
Our model, at least based on that historical information, would have predicted that BYU making it to the Sweet 16, which they did in Jimmer's final year, that we would have seen about a 4 or 5% increase in sent SAT scores or applications.
But do high school students across the country love sports that much? Would they really decide on where to go to college based on a few basketball games? Well, not necessarily. Pope says it could all come down to one thing: exposure. Going further in the national tournament means playing more games on national television. Everyone watching here at the Marriott Center knows exactly how good the Cougars are, but it's not until they start really winning games and get some major airtime that everyone in the whole country knows. And then they get a whole new audience.
I think there's a couple of things that could be at work. One is that it is sort of an advertising effect, or it captures people's attention.
Pope says he thinks just seeing a college on TV could pique someone's interest. Or if the TV audience sees how much fun Cougar fans have at the games, that may be enough to turn in an application.
Now that I watch Jimmer have this incredible year, not only is BYU great in academics, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to be there to watch the college sports that go on.
The study shows that kind of publicity goes further out than Jimmer's shooting range. And students say it never hurts to have a player that fun to watch.
He brought a lot of attention to the university and obviously to the athletics world.
A lot of it has to do with publicity, and just if you have a sports figure that upholds good morals and represents your school, then it makes perfect sense that people would feel more inclined to attend that university.
Pope says the Fredette effect dies off about 3 years after the team's success. But during that time, it's nice to have people notice. Jeff Merrill, BYU Weekly.